The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Live look at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star of Frisco, where it, ladies and gentlemen, is amazing. It's 78 degrees. Nice. The high is 82. The low is 70. We actually got rain this morning. And we don't know what's going on out there on the plaza. We got a group of folks. What is that? A couple hundred people out there, it looks like, in the shape of an eye or a Snickers
like if Shannon's
bar.
son can get out there.
Yeah,
get on the
everybody
show.
wants in on the action. Everybody wants in on the show intro.
Yeah.
Man, it feels great outside. Feels great inside. We still feel like the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl today. Are you enjoying it like Nate said? We'll find out. Because, guess what? We're taking calls today. 888-855-2297.
Can I change my prediction for next week's game?
Oh, man. I hated to see that. Like, I really wanted to see the Jets at full force, just to see where you're at.
I don't.
I mean, I've read that book.
I'd rather win.
I have a feeling.
No, you don't. I'd rather win.
You'd rather just
I want to win.
Take the W.
If every quarterback, something happened in that game, not no major injury like this happened to this kid, but if every quarterback every week get hurt, I ain't got a problem with it. Just miss our game and let's rock on. I need to be 15-0-2 when the end of this season comes.
When you played, I will ask both of you this, because as a fan, sometimes you're like, no, I want them at their best. I want to see where I stack up. As a player, are you like,
we did not. My group of guys, we didn't care.
Just win the game.
The coach didn't care. We didn't care to play. Win the game. And our media, they didn't have this and we didn't have it. We just act like they even asked the question. Well, what do you thought about this guy? Well, we did this and we did that and we did this. Because it became about us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope Coach with the Jets do the same thing.
What about you, like in college, pros?
Nah.
Mm-mm. If they didn't play, I wasn't
good.
Mad.
We good?
We good.
We good. That means now if you criticize us not for not beating them worse, I kind of went along with that.
Right.
Yeah. The Jets team I saw last night is stubborn. They're tough. They're mean. So we got our hands full.
Defense is pretty stout.
Yeah. Did that shock you guys that they responded the way they did? Because, I think everybody that was watching was like, oh, their season's down the crapper. Definitely this game. And then defense looked legit.
It's two coaches in the league. Let me get this quick, Jeff. There's two coaches in the league that you're going to have to respect them because their players going to respond to them. That's the Detroit coach, and that's this coach here. Yep. They coaches, they ain't going to change.
I like DC.
Yeah.
The city Dan Campbell. No, you're right. I think they took on the personality of their head coach. Mm-hmm. And Robert Saleh's like, he's in that Dan Campbell mode of we're gonna bite kneecaps and we're gonna play this thing.
Better?
What?
That kind of attitude. Do you like that kind of coach where he's biting kneecaps or is it
when you play? This is a vicious game.
Yes, it is.
Like this is a very, very vicious game where the sole purpose a lot of times is to inflict pain on other human beings.
All the time.
Like literally, real. So, like it's
all the time.
Like literally, it is. We get up each and every week because I you hear the term of I want to beat them senseless, and you literally do, and then you want to when it's all over and said and done, you want to help them up and go, hey man, good game, but in between the start of the whistle and the end of the whistle, I want to physically harm you. And not in a nasty way. I don't want to do it cheaply. I want to be man to man, and I want to physically destroy you. Mm-hmm. And so when you have a coach who kind of embodies that, or coaches that embody that you only feed off of that, right? Because that is the mentality. It's the warrior mentality. And guys like Robert Saleh, guys like Dan Campbell, they embody that physicalness that this game is all about.
It's interesting. Like if you look now at the coaches around the league, I think this is the most like physically, not talking about mentally and how they coach, but just if you think about like Daniels in Miami.
Yeah,
he's
the build, how they look.
He's just the small, nerdy, funny as hell.
But he wants to kill you.
He wants to kill you. But then you got like Sal and Dan Campbell that probably spend 2 hours in the gym every day in between meetings. And then you got, old almost cussed. Old Pete Carroll up in Washington, but he's out
Walking
there
100
throwing out
miles an
routes
hour.
to his
Yeah.
guys and chewing gum. And you got old guys, you got young guys, you got fit guys, you got out of shape guys. I mean, it's a very diverse, but I like the way Salah's he's built. He's a good looking dude. He's got style. He's got swagger, the way he talks.
And he had to really stop and think once this guy got injured how he was going to talk. When they interviewed him, you could tell he wanted to say something a little bit different. Then he stopped and thought about it. Yeah, we got guys. He just like, the thing that I like about this new era of coaches and the guys that we're just talking about, not all coaches. I don't like all coaches, but this new era of guys that we just mentioned is they still can do the X's and O's.
Mm-hmm.
Normally when you get that, we're gonna bust you and kill, all that, they ain't got an X and an O behind them. You know what I'm saying? But now these guys,
Staff a guy behind him now.
yeah, they got X's and O's behind them, and they taking advantage of the new technology that's out there for everyone. So I'm loving this, man. When I saw that game last night, the first thing I went, Jess, was, let's see how tough they really are. I hear how great their defense is. And they running game, they know that's all they got. So they going to hang their hat on that.
And I
They're going to hang their hat on that.
It's going to make it interesting this week
Yeah.
because it shifted now from a who could outscore each other to the one thing the Cowboys didn't prove this week was, can you put a lot of points up against this defense that's coming to town? So I think it's still an interesting game.
Defense and running game travels. So
Oh, yes, it does.
that's what they got.
That's all they got. Yeah. They got that
Half
kid
game,
now.
man. Half gun will travel, bro.
Yeah.
Will McCain, baby.
I think it's still going to be an interesting game, even without Aaron Rodgers. It's just a different, interesting game. So, all right, Chris, we got them lined up. Who we got first?
We got Mohammed in Kuwait.
Hey,
Muhammad speaks.
Good.
How are you?
Hey guys,
What's up, Mo?
what's up? I'm glad you guys are putting on a good show. First, I'd like to welcome back Mr. Shannon Gross
Thank
and
you.
congratulate
My
him
boy,
on the
man.
award.
Jesse don't like you, but I love you.
Thank you, Mo. Appreciate it.
Congratulate him on the award that he got for sitting out the season.
That's
We
true,
miss
isn't
you,
it?
Shannon. I would like to also thank the rest of the gang that held the show together and gave us a good time. My measure for success for this year would be winning the Super Bowl. It's due time for Dak and what he went through on and off the field, and for Jerry Jones for all the time and money that he and his family invested for us to enjoy being Cowboys fans.
And to
lastly,
you for giving
us
it to him.
fans who have been waiting patiently to get back to the Super Bowl. And I hope that Aaron Rodgers comes healthy next week, because even if he has a cold, he can beat us if he's sick in any part of his body. But I have a question. I think that this is Mike McCarthy's year one of truly coaching the Cowboys. I would like your thoughts on that. Thanks.
Thanks, Mo.
Yeah, Aaron won't be here next week, Mo.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done.
Officially done.
Achilles.
I love you, Aaron. You know I do. But I'm glad you're not playing against us. I mean that.
What was his question at the end? I was
He said that
distracted.
this is truly Mike McCarthy's first year in coaching the Cowboys.
That's an interesting
What does
question.
that-
Nah, this is it's a real statement. You know, like I said, I was hot because he was not calling plays, and now he is calling plays. So I'm happy about that.
Is there? I've never really asked this question, but is there an advantage to him not calling plays to be able to do the other things and be in the places and spend time other places leading up to this season, or is it like, no, he should have been doing this from the beginning?
I thought he should have been doing it from day one.
Yeah.
Me personally.
I've always felt when a guy like Mike McCarthy, not the whole career, but a large majority of his career has been a head coach with the ability to call plays. And I thought when they took that away from him and you would question sometime the game management, it's because he wasn't locked in.
Yeah.
It's because sometimes you know when you're in that mode of calling plays, now I understand everything. I understand down and distance. I'm so much more engaged because I'm doing what I love to do. And when he was just a kind of
Walk around
head coach, it was kind of like, you start wandering in places that you probably shouldn't be in, and and now you forget down and distance because you're not that locked into the game. But when you got to call, when your thought process is, okay, next play, because when I call this play, I'm watching it, but my brain is thinking about, I'm looking at the clock, I'm looking at down and distance, I'm looking at the time where we're at in the field, what the score is, how we're playing, because this next play will depend on that. And so you're always at this place where you're engaged. And I thought he was out of that place when he wasn't calling plays, and he just was like, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. It's the pendulum always swings. Like when they moved Garrett from play caller to just the head coach.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we need him to be a walk around guy and kind of manage everything. And now here it swings back. We want McCarthy in here, and he needs to be calling plays and involved in all that.
It's about your I'm trying to put it simple. You're a better thinker.
Yeah.
You become a better thinker. Like Jesse said, he's setting up this play to set up this play. And he also thinking about, man, my defense has been on this field. And he sees it now, and he ain't got to wonder if another guy see what he sees.
Feels it and sees what he
because
sees.
everybody is not like Belichick, where Belichick ain't going to call the play, run. I mean, you can see him. He'll just say, run, and he'll look right to his offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator, no. Run again.
Yeah.
Let's slow it down. And so when this guy is speaking right to his quarterback, hey man, hey, these are your two run options. Yeah. We finna slow it. Am I correct?
Yeah. No, you're right.
I would agree that it's better that he does it now. He's more involved, but you would think he'd be doing that last year.
No,
the ball,
he did it. He did it at the beginning when the guy got hurt, when our guy got hurt, when the dude got hurt, Dak. He said, hey, we got to revisit these first 15 to 20 plays because he knew that Cooper couldn't do what Dak did. So they revisited it. But as time went on, he probably believed that Kellum was in that mode like he is. Now that Jesse's talking about, Kellum was never in that mode because as soon as we got to Jacksonville, we got out of that mode. I mean, it's people literally went to the restroom. With that last series we had before we gave it back, people literally like, hey man, this game over. We finna salt this thing down and make them use their timeouts. They said they came back from the restroom and the game was extended through Jacksonville. How did this happen? Because the dude said pass, pass. And I don't blame it on Kellum. I blame it on Coach McCarthy. Because you should have took that thing over with because you've been here before. You've done that. So it is what it is. Hated to go back on that like that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, Kellum.
It's okay.
Yeah, you did it this past week, Kellum. Anyway, thank you.
You did.
He did it again this week.
All right, let's take one more call before we go to break. Chris, who do we have?
Tyrone in D.C.
Tyrone.
Tyrone, you got it, Tyrone.
Before you jump in, Tyrone, are you tapping the brakes or are you all in?
I'm all in.
All right.
I'm all in. Let's go with it.
Let's go.
Thank you, bro.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, look, so this is my thing, guys. And, hey, hello, guys. How y'all doing?
Good.
Shannon, welcome back.
Thank you.
Look, so I'm watching, of course, you watch the national media and all that stuff. Last night, what happened was I saw Josh Allen, who was tied for the same amount of interceptions as Dak Prescott last year, do the exact same thing that he did last year and have 4 turnovers. Now, if we were having this conversation on Monday, if Dak would have did that, what would the media have been saying then about Dak Prescott? Number 2 is 22 of 34 for 190 yards. Do y'all know whose stats that were on Sunday?
No.
Jalen Hurts. Dak Prescott was 13 of 24 for 154, and people are saying, well, something wrong with the Cowboys offense. They haven't caught up with the defense. Like, what's up with the, of course I know the media bias, but this is crazy, guys. Like, give the same energy to the guys that are playing the same way that they give to Dak Prescott. I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna let y'all talk. Y'all.
Good call. Good question. I mean, I've been around here 20 years. I think it's just the Dallas Cowboys.
Quarterback.
I think it's whoever's in that position, coaching, coordinators. If you're a part of this team, you're going to get unfair criticism. You're going to get unfair praise sometimes. You're going to,
especially if you're not winning in the playoffs.
There you go.
Yeah.
But this
Go win it and shut everybody up,
But
right?
this should be. This is
I'll
us.
say just got to get 2 playoff wins, though.
Stop.
All right.
This is going to be the theme all season.
Bro.
Chris, you might have to bring those
Just get-
plexiglass,
Get 2.
those dasher boards back in here this season for. Go ahead.
I
Nate.
love it. I love it because now we got people defending. They got people defending that.
yes.
You got people so I love it. Tweet out, man. Be a tweet warrior. Be an X warrior. Whatever it is. Be a Facebook warrior. Instagram warrior. For Dak, man. Just keep doing your thing. And long as you got guys like this group right here that report the honest side of it, you ain't got to worry about it. Just keep tuning in, man. Hanging with them boys.
But, Clayton Cassidy sent us a text question. It kind of ties in a little bit. In this Texas Coast offense, should we expect lower stats from Dak, or is this built to
Winning
that he
stats.
should be lighting it up?
Winning stats.
I mean,
the game's going to dictate what he does.
The defense played really well.
Right.
It was a torrential downpour.
A drop touchdown or 2.
There were 4 drop passes.
Yeah.
The guy could have easily been an extra 50 to 60 to 70 yards. Would have
Right.
put him over 200.
Right.
So, no, I mean, when you're playing, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. As an offensive play caller, as a head coach, I'm watching the game and I'm saying to myself, our defense is dominating. So what I can't do is turn the football over. I can't give them more opportunities. If all I have to do is call safe calls, if they work, they work. If they don't, we punt it and we put our defense back on the field, who have been dominating all day long. Like, this is the chess part of the game when it comes to calling plays. When you're up 16, 19, nothing, and you're looking and saying they have nothing on their side offensively that I'm now afraid of, I don't have to go and be this air raid type situation and throw the ball all over the football field. I can just methodically work my way down the field, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, my defense is dominating today. We'll just put it back on their shoulders. There's going to come a point in time in the year where the Cowboys are going to have to pass the ball 40 times in the game, and Dak's going to have to go out there and be in the shootout. But that wasn't what it was called for the other night. And the same thing, and I'm not defending Jalen Hurts, but it's the same thing with Jalen Hurts. It was pouring down in New England in that game. So the stats are going to look skewed. I mean, the Browns and the Bengals, same thing in that football game. The stats look horrible because you're in a situation where if I'm throwing the ball all around the football field, I'm putting it in harm's way when that's not what I need to be doing.
I agree 100%.
I agree 100%. I'll tell you one thing that jumped out at me last night with that game is something you brought up one of our shows earlier. When the money, even though the Bills didn't win, but when the game's on the line, who'd they go to? Here I am, number 14.
Right.
Stop me.
Yeah.
We need CD to do that. We need.
And he's done it in the past.
It's time. It's this year. This is the year.
I
Let's
said
do
it
it.
before. He's going to take that next step.
You heard it here, Jesse.
He's gonna take
Jesse's
that next
standing
step.
on the table for CD this
I'm
year.
on it.
All right.
Been there, done that. Let me say this right here, man.
Say it. Preach.
Now,
Talk to me.
Now, who was that? Wait, now, come on now. You laughing. No. Was I not defending CeeDee Lamb last year?
I'm just saying.
Was
come
I
on.
not
Come
defending
on,
CeeDee
Deacon.
Lamb?
Come on, Deacon.
No. But no, this is what bothers me is I've seen Dak force some things, but last night it was a quarterback threw some just – I didn't believe it because I looked at him as a top 4 quarterback. This kid threw 3 bombs, and I understand people say, well, it was just like punts, but there are turnovers in your defense, man. As a defensive player, this dude just put us back out here on the field.
Just a quick side note.
Yeah.
Josh Allen threw 3 interceptions. Those 3 interceptions were caught by Jordan Whitehead.
Yeah.
Jordan Whitehead had an incentive in his contract that if he got 3 interceptions in the season, He got a $250,000 bonus.
He did it one game.
In one game. Jordan Whitehead made his bonus last night. A quarter milli.
Last that first game of the year.
First game of the year. Quarter milli in the first game of the year. He met his bonus.
He ought to see Josh Allen some flowers.
Yeah, for real.
Josh Allen's going to get a Christmas present.
Tips treats or something.
The first one he threw, I understood, like a punt.
Yeah.
But why the second two? Why the second two?
I know Jordan Whitehead is saying, I don't know why he did it.
But thank you.
My family thinks
that's a great stat.
Quarter million one night.
Wow.
That was dumb.
That's like a good scratch off.
Yeah.
Like not expecting it, just fun money. All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, more calls. 888-855-2297. We'll be right back. Oh, by the way, we are brought to you by Wingstop. Each and every day where flavor gets its wings. And we'll be right back.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole made with real Hass avocados will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the People Show, Hanging with the Boys. Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holly, Nate Newton, Shannon Gross, live from the SWBC podcast studio where we are taking your calls today, 888-855-2297. And each and every day, our second segment is brought to you by blockchain.com. Thank you, Blockchain. Before we get back to our calls, one question Kurt had today was, since we're talking about Mike McCarthy in the first segment, Coach McCarthy said the game plan shrunk in the second quarter because of the weather, which is understandable. Does the game plan ever expand? Or is it expanded when you start the game and you can only contract it? Which, by the way, what does the game plan shrinking even mean? Does that mean
some of them passes went out of there?
Yeah,
some of them
like
trick gadget plays.
So you throw
went
plays out
because of the wet ball and all that.
So throwing plays out because of the circumstances.
And then once you realize this game is in hand,
Yeah.
there's no. I'm not showing certain things on film right now. Personnel settings or whatever, so that the other team can look at it.
You don't
and
want to
say,
tip your hand for future teams.
Yeah.
Quickly, fellas. I listened to another show yesterday.
Cheater.
You were on another show yesterday. What's up with
and
that?
I listened to him. And
You do that a lot. You
I gotta get my opinion somewhere.
Got to get his $10 extra.
No.
Wherever you
No. I think, and Jesse, you speak for yourself.
Is that a jab at Jesse?
No.
When you said you got to go other places.
I felt that. I felt like
No,
it was
no,
a jab.
I didn't realize what he said
No,
until
I
after.
thought it was a
and then I
jab
was
towards
like,
me.
Nah. We our show is nice how it is. Believe that. See,
From
the
experience.
one thing, you know,
you know what? That's what you call market testing. You go do that. You go get on these other
Yeah.
shows, and you come back and
And
tell
I
us-
listen to 'em.
Yeah, there you go.
We stopped calling. We never used the word gadget. You know, I did. But remember, I was like calling the young guy, the new guy from Kansas State, a gadget guy. And I don't like gadget
The young
guys.
man.
Yeah, the young man. You know, I can call him a guy. I'm 61.
But
I was calling him, and so me and Jess was saying, well, you don't need 2 5'9" or 5 little guys, but they're both on the roster. As preseason went on, you stop looking at them like that, right? You start looking at them like it's players, right? That's how I'm looking. So when they saying gadget guy, I'm like, y'all need to stop that. Both these guys are proven, especially Turpin, that he a little bit more than that right there. So yeah, I just wondered what you thought about that.
I think anytime you're under 5'9",
You know
and
about that life.
I do. You're going to be called a gadget guy.
Didn't you star in a movie?
Some of us
That's
have
no
better
longer on?
gadgets than others.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you'll always be called a gadget guy.
What's the movie with all the dragons and stuff that he used to star in?
Game of Thrones.
Game of-
Your favorite show ever. You know the name of it.
Yeah.
What'd you think about House of Dragon, by the way?
It was nice. My wife liked it, but I haven't.
Don't ramble.
Did they
Don't
start?
ramble.
Did
Don't
they?
ramble.
Sorry.
Don't ramble. Stay
Did
up.
they have another series? Did they bring another? Is it another year? It stopped last year.
I think
House of Dragon.
it'll have another season. But
Yeah.
that was the only one.
It was nice. Quickly, just
Like it, okay.
satisfied you. Hey, computer, you there?
Stop.
You can have computer call in.
Call in computer.
Call in
Jesse
computer.
just approved it. No, but I think anytime you're a little guy and you're not
Computer.
You're
That
not
was not
in-
approved by Jesse.
you're not in the formation or the set. I hope he calls. I do too. 15 to 20 times. You're gonna be called a gadget.
Hey, wait till a loss. Wait till a loss. Computer will be in here with his theories.
Oh
With
yeah, I
conspiracy.
love his theory. He's so far out there on some of
Troy
them.
Vincent.
I love to hear him though.
Troy Vincent.
Love to hear him.
The script.
All right, Chris, who we got next?
We got Irwin in Denver.
Irwin in Denver. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
We're good.
You're the man.
Before you ask a question, are you tapping the brakes and holding your expectations, or are you all in? We
All
won the
in.
Super Bowl.
Are you in Denver, right? Are you?
I'm in Denver, yes, but I am all in. I'm always all in. I'm with Nate Newton 1,000%.
But are you in on Deion Sanders in the Colorado Buffalo?
Oh,
I think Deion Sanders is doing an amazing job. It's just he has turned that culture around at CU. It's just crazy what's going on up here, but I think it's deserved because CU has been kind of like the dog in the doghouse all the time. But I just think that Deion Sanders has done an amazing job.
Okay, you ask your Cowboy question now.
Yeah. So I was listening to another show, and I don't really normally do this when I call into you guys, but Richard Sherman really got under my skin the other day. He was really critical of the Cowboys' offense, really talking about that Dallas really needed to do a lot more, as far as scoring points and this and that. But I think what was going on is based on the way our defense was playing, the weather elements, and I think Mike McCarthy really called a really good game, keeping everything, where it needed to be. And Sherman was just, I don't know, it just really got under my skin, really saying that Dak Prescott was playing terrible and, the offense really needed to score more points. But, they really didn't need to. It would have been nice for them to do it, but they really didn't need to, just based on the way the team was playing as a whole. I just wanted your thoughts on that.
Don't worry about it.
You got to remember that. Well, go ahead.
The guys that have played this game used to be limited to TV time, but due to streaming and every other way of having social media, it's always got to be someone. And we love this guy, Richard Sherman, to death. But you got to strike out. You got to get your hot take, is it called, Jess? Yeah. You got to get it. You have to have it because then you become just lumped in with the other guys. And you don't want that. God forbid you are just lumped in with the other guys.
I mean, Stephen A. made a living out of saying outrageous things aimed at the Cowboys.
Yes.
That's how he got his show. Skip Bayless has opinions on the Cowboys. He's had several shows. I mean, go ahead.
You don't want to be an average guy. And the Cowboys are the quickest way. You go back and check our roster of guys, I'm talking about media types, that went on to greatness. I mean, here locally and nationally. I mean, just announcers, analysts. I mean, just because of who we were at that time in the 90s.
Tons of them.
Yes.
Skip, Kurt Menefee.
Yes. Galloway was big and just blew up even bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at it, man.
Kurt, what were you going to say?
Well, you got to remember, the Cowboys offense put up 27 points, and that's going to win you most games. I mean, obviously the conditions are a little different.
You got to understand. I talked.
They averaged,
I'm sorry, brother.
Converted 46% of the third down, 75% in the red zone. I mean, it wasn't like they were awful.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Tiki Barber. What was it, last year or this year? He went on some show saying
2 weeks ago.
Was that 2 weeks ago? I thought it was last.
He'd take Daniel Jones 100 times.
100 times out of 100 over Dak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went off on my show.
Don't think that didn't get replayed.
So you went off on him?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you say? Tell us. Give us
You can go on the filter with Jesse Holly.
Oh, no, I got you here, bro.
OnlyFans.com/Jesse Holly. Oh, that wasn't supposed to publicize that one.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
I gotta pay.
But that's
the
for the
bills
Christmas
anyways.
fund. It's for the kids.
That's it for the kids.
Yeah, that's the only reason why he started OnlyFans. Was for the kids.
Not this kid.
Trailer park.
Jess should know how to separate.
You know how much
charity funds, work funds,
fun money.
Yeah, fun money, trailer money.
You know how much one of them Bojangle boxes cost? You gotta take to the
You
trailer
know how
park.
much a spare tire is on a motorhome, a mobile home.
Hey, you know how much oil is out? You gotta take out there to the
know
mobile
about
homes.
that. Have you ever been in a mobile home, Kurt?
Not the way Jesse has.
Hey, Kurt, don't do that, man. Don't let them pull you up. Don't let them pull you in like that, man.
All right, Chris, who we got next?
They call them prefabs now.
This is going to be
nice
so fun because our boy Computer.
Yay!
Computer.
Way to call him, Chris.
Let's go.
Look at
Nah, I
Jess.
called in.
What's up, computer?
What's up, computer?
I did not call him. He called him.
I heard y'all call him. I heard y'all talking about I wasn't gonna call in because I was scared of Jesse. Jesse got so mad at me last year. No, this is my show. You're not gonna talk like this. I said, that's all my last time on here.
I'm glad you picked up what I was putting down. Computer, we still. Computer,
I feel about the Cowboys, man. You can't take nothing like that personally.
Computer, we still waiting on our sweatsuits. What happened to our sweatsuits?
I got the address from what's it called, but it didn't work, and they shipped it back to California.
Okay.
But I'll bring them when I come in.
You all in?
You coming in this month, right?
Oh yeah, I'll be in next Saturday.
You taking all of us to the show with you?
I want to go.
I want to see Kurt at that show.
Well, it's not going to be no hood show because you know it's with Jelly Roll, so it's going to be a bunch of white people out there. It ain't going to be like us. It'll be a
Kurt's Alley.
bunch of people out there with leather jackets on, cowboy hats, and cowboy boots.
You all in?
He's all in. He's all in every year.
I'm all in.
You okay? I just, you Super Bowl with Jesse or what?
No, you know what? The drawback that I want us to do, I wish we could have traded Gallimore for a big man, somebody like Chris Jones or Simmons up in Tennessee. That's the only thing that scares me about our team. Everything else, I feel like we're 100% good on. I just wish we had just one more big fella, like a 6'5", 6'6" guy that we can roll in there that's got some red dirt in his life. So we ain't got nobody on that defense that ate any red dirt before. Everybody that's won the Super Bowl has had somebody that ate red dirt before. Chris Jones from Mississippi, the part of where he's from, that's all red dirt up in there. That boy that ate red dirt before. That's why he's so tough. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing about it. Everything else, we good. The offensive line is going to be good. Dak is going to bounce back this year, and McCarthy is finally calling plays. McCarthy got that old snarl he used to have when he used to come down to Dallas to kick our butt. He had that look on his face this weekend when he was calling plays. I'm like, yes, that's what I've been waiting on. Because all the media in Dallas try to trash McCarthy, but I can remember a time they used to kiss his butt when he used to whoop us all the time. Boy, how smart is Mike McCarthy? Especially he came down there and beat Tomlin down there and won that Super Bowl in Dallas. They were ready to give him the name of street after him. Then he come down there and coach us, and all of a sudden he don't know what he's doing no more.
Talking about he don't know the playbook. Oh, we worried. Man, get out of here. McCarthy know what he doing. We're gonna put a whooping on them Jets this weekend. Everybody gonna see it. It's gonna be time for them to bag back.
Right.
But them kids is tough, man. I'm ready to roll, man. I'm excited. I feel good about the season.
So how's the work atmosphere down where you at? Well, how's the boss and everybody treating you?
Oh, they all sad because I told them Aaron Rodgers was a jerk this morning in the meetings. I said, y'all see what I'm talking about now? So he trashed McCarthy, and then he left Green Bay and went up to just left y'all high and dry. But y'all good though. Y'all got them draft picks and y'all got a quarterback in Joe Love, so don't be so upset. But all the Jet fans, they was hanging their head today.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When's the what's the date of the show?
Oh, it's Saturday, September the 23rd.
And
it's Jelly Roll and 36 Mafia in Dallas.
All right.
With who, my friend?
Jelly Roll.
He's he's like one of the biggest country artists right now.
Oh, okay.
In the world right now. He used to he was Lil White discovered Jelly Roll.
Right.
And they used to have a rap group called Snow. So Jelly Roll used to rap with us.
Oh, okay.
But now he switched during COVID. He changed his music and started doing a lot more singing and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
And he blew up doing the country music, so that's what he's doing now.
Send Kurt a little demo of Jelly Roll.
I can find Jelly Roll on the line.
Let me see your Jelly Roll.
It's not wrong. That's wrong, Jelly Roll.
So what do y'all think about the team? What do y'all think about it?
Well, I'm loving it, man. I'm excited. I'm all in. I think Jesse losing steam over there for some reason.
Me losing steam?
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Okay, all right. It's all good. I mean, Kurt going to do whatever Jesse do, and me and my boy Shannon rolling.
Computer, this is the first time since we've been doing this show where I feel like everybody on the show feels good about the team and there's no glaring weakness. And that in itself scares the hell out of me. Because we all...
You know what else is missing? Also, this is the first time this season. It's nothing left from Jason Garrett here.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you think about it, all his coaches are gone.
Wow.
And pretty much all of his players is gone also.
Did you see Dez's tweet over the weekend?
About what?
Good grief.
What did it say, bro?
I'll show y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, off the air. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, man, hey, thank you. Jesse's not going to thank you for calling in. I'll thank you for calling in.
I thank you for calling in.
Thank you for calling in.
I listen to y'all show. I listen to it in the off season. I listen to it all summer long on one shows a week. I listen to all that. I listen to everything. I always listen to y'all. Y'all still my favorite show. I'm not going nowhere. I'm 100% loyal to the time he go see the Lord.
I hear you, man.
Well, thank you, computer. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
We love y'all too, and I'll see y'all next week.
All right. Thank you, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so I'll look that tweet up. I'll show you on the break, and then we'll discuss whether we should talk about it or not. Probably not. We'll probably skip it, but it was
brutal.
It had some heat on it.
It was scathing.
It was.
You saw it, Jess?
Yeah.
Yep. Cowboys have jumped into the top 5 in almost all power rankings. The Athletic has them at number 1, but most people have them right behind the 49ers and the Eagles, which I think that's about right till you go out and you – I mean, that was a big statement game they had this week, but so was the 49ers.
Yes, it was.
Eagles played really good. I'm good with them in the top 5.
Don't matter.
Keep them hungry.
Keep them how do y'all feel like that's about right? They're a top 5 team right now? I mean, we're one game into the season. We're already,
I don't even care, man. Not about no power rankings because we all know what this thing finna come down to. That's the last 3 or 4 games of the year.
Those 2 teams that are ahead of you in the power rankings right now.
That's what they're gonna come down to.
When you're on a team like this, Jesse, and you've got a lot of young guys, and then you got some guys that maybe haven't had major success, Super Bowl victories and things like that, and then you go out and you win this first game the way you did. How do you keep them from not eating the cheese, as Parcells would say, and not drinking the Kool-Aid? Is that a hard thing to do?
No, I think this team has really good leaders. I do. I think, of course, you start with Dak. But guys like I'm a huge fan of J-Ron Curse. I really am a huge fan of J-Ron Curse. And I think guys like that you have on this football team that keep these guys, like Nate was saying, keep them hungry to realize that, this is one game. Like that's one game that we won.
That Nate be geek.
And it is that's it. We got to come out and perform every single week because we're going to get everyone's best. Even next week. Like the Jets, they would love I had to watch it call it. The Jets would love to come into AT&T Stadium.
Got shorts on again today, huh?
No, I got pants on today.
Oh, man.
I know. Sometimes that thing protrudes. But the Jets would love nothing more than to come into AT&T Stadium, down Aaron Rodgers, and get a victory. Right? They're going to be playing inspired football. That defense from the Jets, they're talking amongst each other and saying, "Listen, fellas, if we're going to do this, it's going to be because of us. We're gonna be the one that have to hit the table." So I think the Cowboys have great leadership. Dak, J-Ron Kearse, just guys like that. Stephon Gilmore, Brandon Cooks, just veteran guys that are keeping these guys head level and saying, "We just won one game, fellas. We got 16 more of these things to go out there and play." And if you think because we beat a team 40-0 last week that's going to translate over to the next game, it's not. And so with that, I'm not worried about them getting big-headed because of the men that are in that locker room.
J-Ron had a nice little tweet last night. He said, "Are they going to give Mr. Allen the same treatment they'll give my quarterback?"
It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay to do that.
Right.
It doesn't pay to do that. It doesn't pay to trash Josh Allen. Well,
right.
It doesn't. It just doesn't. It
has no effect.
No one cares what happens up in Buffalo. They don't.
They don't, for real.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, we'll go back to the phones, 888-855-2297. Be right back. The People Show. Hanging with the boys.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
James Wright here, your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. You know how much I love my Cowboys, and I am thrilled to be talking to you about the 2023 Fan of the Year award presented by Captain Morgan. We're looking for the ultimate Cowboys fan to spice up the game. That means you eat, sleep, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys. If that's you, or if you know someone like me, then go to DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year, and you could win tickets to Super Bowl 58 and so much more. Enter today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of the People Show. Hanging with the boys. The final segment is brought to you by Jigsaw, the dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And we only got a few minutes left in this last segment. So, Chris, do we have anyone on the phone? Or do you want us to talk amongst ourselves for the last few minutes?
Give me a second.
All right. I think Chris had to go to the bathroom. Sound like he was pinching one off in there. So, we'll talk about
Pinching what off?
pinching one off.
Hey, I was on the phone with your next guy.
No, I saw what y'all had for lunch today. I think you were pinching one off.
No, you guys want?
Yeah, let's go. Let's take the last call.
Jeff, you up? Jeff, you there?
Yep. Jeff,
Got it.
what's
Hey,
happening, man? How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. Feeling good about the win.
Good. Before you start, are you tapping the brakes on getting excited, or are you all in?
All in.
Not asking you.
Man, I want to be all in, but I think I'm tapping the brakes.
Oh, my God.
Just,
Finally.
Yeah, Hey, I had to tap the brakes with Colorado just a little bit too, man, with Dion after the win over TCU. But after this second win, I think I'm pretty much close to all in with Colorado. But I need to see at least one more.
There you go.
From the Cowboys before I'm all in.
Finally, somebody with some sense on them.
I got some sense, man.
All right.
What's your name again, bro?
Jeff.
Okay, Jeff. From where?
Yep. In Abilene, Texas.
There you go.
All right, I gotta remember that because you gotta get off them brakes.
I
hear you squealing down there,
I'm
bro.
coming off, man. Give me one more game, and I'm off the brakes. But hey, what I wanted to talk about was, I don't have any way to watch the tapes like probably you guys do, but just from watching the game, you could see they were double teaming Micah Parsons like almost every play, and then all of a sudden Osa comes running around. There's nobody there to block him. Because, everybody's taken up, or you get Dorrance Armstrong coming around because there's nobody there to block him. And it's just opening everybody up for more plays. And I'm just wondering, is there anything any team is going to be able to do to slow down Micah Parsons and then slow down everybody else, too?
Don't get behind.
What do you guys think?
Don't get behind. You got to stay even with the Cowboys. You have to stay even because you got to have the ability to run the ball. You got to stay even. If you are down,
have we ever said that before?
Probably not. If you are 7 down, you don't have you begin to worry. But if you become 9 down and you got one of them skittish offensive coordinators, you're in trouble. Just add on to that now.
There are players in the National Football League who, if you get to the National Football League, you're an exceptional player, right?
Mm-hmm.
You become the 1% of 1%.
Yep.
But in that elite group of people, there's another group of people. There is the creme de la creme. There is a level that's above the normal eliteness.
Mm-hmm.
Micah's in that group.
Mm-hmm.
He's Nick Bosa's in that group. Myles Garrett's in that group.
Aaron Donald
is in that group. Chris Jones is in that group. And as hard as you want to stop them, scheme them, do whatever, they're just that good. And there's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing that you can do about it. And they're going to, if given the opportunities to, make your best players that's trying to defend them look bad. And so for Micah, there's nothing offensive coordinators really can do. They can run away from him. They can get the ball out quick. But if there comes a point in time where he's on the field and you got to drop back, he's coming. And that's the part that and they know that. They know that. Offensive linemen, they'll break the huddle something. Hey, get the ball out quick now. They know. They start looking around. They hear a play get called, and they look up, Micah, hey, get it out. Get it out. Or they'll come back and say, Coach, man, we got to chip. We got to double. We got to do whatever we got to do. But even in that, there's just a certain group of people that it doesn't matter. They're just that good. And it's a reminder that God made some of them just different. And Micah's one of them. So,
yeah, Next Gen Stats had him more than half of his pass rushers. He was double teamed. 14 pass rushers double teamed. He still had 4 pressures and a sack on those.
The thing that's
You're not going to stop him.
You're not going to stop him.
The thing that's amazing is, as an offensive lineman, even a B-type player is hard to block. So you know when you're trying to block, I ain't talking about this ain't the average guy. I'm talking about a B-type player. It's hard to block. Especially when he can rush you all the time. His level goes up. But when you have the elite, like my man Jesse talking about, now you singled up. You singled up on this B-type player that's already hard to block in a pass rush situation. The game is geared for them. The game is geared. Like, it's geared for our wide receivers not to be touched where they can run free. It is basically geared for them to rush the passer and to make things bad. So when you got a Micah Parsons, And I don't know, and I want to say Osa is a little bit better than a B player. I think he's a B+ player. And you got Hankins that's just trying to mash up the middle. That's ugly, man. Now Fowler can run anywhere he wants. Sam Williams, if he ever just mentally get himself set, that's gonna be ugly. If Sam Williams, that's the missing link. If this kid can settle himself down and say, you know what, at least during football season, that's all I'm gonna concentrate on is football, it'll be ugly. It would be unreal.
The Raw Dogs will be running loose.
Rah, rah, rah.
All right. We're late, fellas. We got to get out of here. Nate, good stuff. Jesse, good stuff. Kurt, good seeing you, man. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air and working the phones. Jazz, I don't know what you do back there, but thanks for doing it. And we will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place.
Cowboys
offense.
Jets
defense.
Let me hear you, Jelly Roll.
Nate will ask us that 4 more times before we get out the door.
What's that?
Cowboys offense tomorrow, Jets defense.
No, I got it right here. Jets defense right here.
Oh, you already got it printed out. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!